And I would say, part of the reason also that you have seen it in Linux as well. And I just want to clarify your comment. You said it would be illegal to ship it. I think that there is a perception issue that I think we need to tackle. So let me give you a screenshot from SDC. So this is using SDC to observe a Linux guest running on SmartOS. Good morning. I'm Brian Cantrell from Sun Microsystems. I am, I guess, the problem child, at least 2009, for which everyone has my profound and profuse apologies.
The third point here is that failures are inevitable. On this next slide, there's also something we call a scalable service, which is a service that runs on more than one node simultaneously. So
what I'd like to talk about is CPU utilization. So we would like to identify if you have single or multiple CPUs at 100% utilization. That's a sign of a software scalability issue. I thought it'd be fun to see what this looked like for an entire data center. This is 5,312 CPUs, and it's showing 60 seconds. And I really did go to the effort of rendering the MPStat data as an image so you can see what it looked like. It kind of looks like fabric. It's impossible to see, it's just a big grey smudge.
So good open source projects have good leadership. And what does good leadership mean? Good leadership means, what do you do when there's not consensus? If you look at the actual top projects on GitHub, these are the most watched projects on GitHub. GPL is that little green sliver.
Our inability to identify this quickly, an artifact of us relying on 1 second measurements of tools, and I know this is something Theo can talk about. 1 second is starting to become way too long in terms of measurement tools. We start to need to see, actually, what happens on a 100 millisecond basis? What happens on a 10 millisecond basis? And that's what the sub-second heat maps do very well. Because I was then able to click up the column and find out, is that the case? Are they not coexisting? Because for the first 100 milliseconds, there's a huge amount of work, queuing, and for the next 900 milliseconds, everyone's idle.
Olá pessoal, mais uma vez, Vitório Sassi diretamente do FISL de Porto Alegre, e agora a gente vai entrevistar o Cristiano Basso, que foi um dos fundadores do grupo de usuários de OpenSolaris de Porto Alegre.
If an HTTP request takes 300 milliseconds, then some user is waiting at least that long for the application to do whatever he or she asked. So latency is often a direct measure of customer pain.
But the main metrics I want to take you to are in analytics. When we go into analytics, there are some more traditional metrics like CPU percent utilization. I've also got disk I/O operations and I/O bytes, and I can break them down by, say, type of operation. It has 4 cores, and each core has 2 hardware threads or hyperthreads, so that each physical processor has 8 virtual processors. That's how we end up with 16. I've drawn a diagram just to emphasize this point.
So Darren, can you briefly describe what you've been working on?
Okay. So ZFS today already has the ability to compress your data. We can, as of recently, deduplicate it. But every time we write anything to disk, it's written in the clear.
I'm Stephen O'Grady from Redmonk, and I'm Mike Shapiro from Sun Microsystems. So I think we're here to recap the afternoon of open storage and so on. So Mike, why don't you tell us what FishWorks is and what it's all about?
Well, FishWorks is basically, is an engineering team inside of Sun, and we've been locked away for the past couple years.
Hi, my name is George Wilson. I'm with the ZFS development team, and I'm here to talk to you about a feature in Solaris 10 Update 9 called Triple Parity RAID Z.
Name's Malya, Harish Malya. I work for Solaris Cluster Engineering team. Apart from coding, I watch a lot of Hollywood movies and read a lot of books. That's about it. Thank you. Last but not the least, I hate closed software. Okay.
My name is Meenakshi Kaur Basu. I'm the engineering director for the Availability Products Group. I'm really excited about the new release of Solaris Cluster, the Solaris Cluster 3.2.109.
And now, so if you land, and the reason I was going over the list, if you land on the lip that way, that's worth 1 point. Yeah. If you but if you clear the lights, it's worth 4 points.